I am really excited now to introduce our great keynote speaker of the morning. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Paul Scully, MP, the UK Minister for Tech and the Digital Economy, to kick off the second day of IFGS 2023. He is Minister at the Department of Science, Innovation and Technology, which supports UK technology firms and is leading the development of the UK framework for open data, digital ID, and artificial intelligence. Now, I know personally from my discussions with the Minister that on behalf of Innovate Finance members, that he is focused on unleashing the power of fintech to truly benefit the economy and society. Please welcome the Minister to deliver his keynote address for the morning.
Thank you so much, Janine and Sasha, for a great introduction and a great start. It's a real pleasure to be here in my role as Minister for Tech and the Digital Economy, but also as Minister for London as well. So for those of you that are not from London, I hope you're making the most of our fantastic capital city. But what better place to champion our fintech sector than right here in the heart of the City of London at the Guildhall. London's got a strong history of supporting the growth of fintech, so much so that it's now considered a global hub for the industry. It's no exaggeration to say that London plays an essential role in fintech's success story. And I'm so proud of all that we've achieved in that. In 2022, the sector attracted $12.5 billion of investment. That means that fintech in the UK attracted more funding than those in any other country bar the US. Over the past year, UK fintech firms have won more investment than those in the next 13 European countries combined. So to build on those strengths, it's so vital that we create the right environment so that fintech companies continue to reap the benefits of the UK's position as the tech hub in Europe. Last year, the UK became just the third country in the world to have a tech sector valued at $1 trillion, behind only China and the US in terms of investment, and first in Europe by some distance. The tech sector contributed over £143 billion to the UK economy in 2021 and continues to employ more than around 1.83 million people. Indeed, the UK's tech sector is such a valuable economic asset, generating jobs, growth, and services, which the nation relies on. As we set out in our Science and Technology Framework launched last month, the government plans to cement the UK's place as a science and technology superpower by 2030, and digital-led financial services are vital in helping us to achieve this mission. And that's why we champion an ecosystem of supportive regulation, access to world-class talent, and a rich investment landscape. But I understand that things have felt really difficult at points recently. And I want to reassure you that I understand, the government understands, and acknowledges any nervousness or concern felt as a result of the challenging economic conditions, including the recent crisis surrounding Silicon Valley Bank UK. Now, as the Chancellor and I said at the time, the UK's tech sector is world-leading and of huge importance to the British economy. And that's why we worked urgently and with purpose to find a solution for SVB UK customers. That was also a moment that demonstrated the sheer resilience of the UK's tech sector. We're going to continue to support the sector and ensure that fintech companies and the ecosystem as a whole are sufficiently equipped to adapt and respond to the challenges if and when they emerge. Now, as one example of our commitment to improve the resilience of our sector, the government's worked closely alongside the City of London Corporation to deliver the Centre for Finance, Innovation and Technology, CFIT, which launched earlier this year. Its purpose is to tackle barriers to growth and accelerate the UK fintech sector. CFIT priorities are in line with those identified in the Khalifa Review of UK fintech, including creating the right conditions for firms to scale, encouraging the mainstream adoption of fintech solutions, and fostering collaboration within and between our growing regional fintech hubs. Now, the Prime Minister just recently created my new department, the Department for Science, Innovation and Technology. and it brings the policy teams together as they work towards that key goal. There's a real coherence, that sharp focus around those high growth, really vital sectors of science and technology. The key goal is making the UK a science and technology superpower by 2030. And I hope you'll agree that that's a clear sign from the government that technology and the continued resilience and success of the sector sits right at the heart of our agenda. And I wanted to take the opportunity briefly to now discuss one of the key parts of my department's agenda, and that's our efforts to enable the widespread use of trusted digital identities across the UK economy. Digital identity products are a vital building block of the economy of the future. They'll enable smoother, cheaper, and more secure online transactions and will boost business. Indeed, a conservative estimate from Deloitte suggests that savings of £800 million per year can be realised across the UK economy. And I know that regulatory requirements mean identity is key to business. And the Bank of England's Future of Finance report back in 2019 and the Khalifa review of UK fintech in 2021 confirmed that the use of digital identities are vital in order to maximise the growth and value of the fintech sector in the UK. Digital identities can also enable important future initiatives such as open finance and the development of a central bank digital currency. But to enable a successful digital identity in the market and unlock the benefits for the financial services sector, building trust is vital. And we've already made fantastic progress in encouraging the adoption of digital identities by working closely with a large group of stakeholders, including many of you here today. Collaborative working has allowed us to publish and test the UK Digital Identity and Attributes Trust Framework and establish a certification scheme for digital right to work, right to rent, and disclosure and borrowing service checks. I'm really excited to continue working together to unlock more digital identity benefits for your sector and consumers, because it's really important that we co-collaborate, co-create the solutions to these areas. You are the guys that are going to be developing the product, so it's important that you have a big input in the regulatory framework that we're putting together as well, because you're going to be the practitioners within that. And I hope that with these interventions and with your continued contributions to the sector, we can achieve further growth in this space. I really hope you enjoy your day in this changing world of fintech. Some things, however, don't change. And I'm here as the warm-up act to my old colleague, George Osborne, who's coming up in shortly. So I'll leave you by thanking you once again for all that you do to support our great city through good times and bad, solving challenges and seizing opportunities. Your dedication and commitment is what makes London the great city that it is. Thank you.